They're set, racing. Kingston Rule's coming home very stoutly. Kingston Rule has hit the front. Here's Naboto and Mr. Brooker. Kingston Rule in front.
It's the moment every Australian jockey dreams of. The ultimate prize. The title of the Melbourne Cup. Champion jockey Darren Beadman's stellar 32-year career has gone down in racing history. 2 cup wins, a spot in the Australian Racing Hall of Fame, and millions of dollars brought in prize money. Darren was at the peak of his career when that all tragically changed.
I remember through watching it, the horse, we jumped out of the barriers, we went 150 metres, and the horse, I was outside the leader, I came back and went to tuck him behind, and the horse broke both its front legs and it fell, and then I fell backwards and back slammed and hit my head first, and that took all the impact. It's like, your brain being shaken up.
From humble beginnings, Darren grew up with and developed a deep love for horses at a young age. What started with a pet Shetland pony grew into an amazing career.
Horses were always a part of my life right from a young age, and it just developed and progressed, and did the show circuit, pony clubs and rodeos, and so animals and horses were always very sort of part of my life. I hated school, and I kept telling my teacher all the time, look, I don't know why I'm doing this, because I'm going to be a jockey. I don't need all this, schoolwork, science or whatever. So I left school at the beginning of year 10. I think I did about a month and a half, 2 months of year 10, and then I left school and I was living in Moss Vale, and I moved to Sydney, and I started work at around about just over 15 years of age. With Rachel's problems, I remember I was at Camperdown Children's Hospital when she was just born, and I said to Kim, I said, look, every time I walk past the chapel, I feel like I've got to go in and pray, and like, I never prayed in my life. I never went to church. I went to Sunday school once or twice, and we used to go up there, go to the hospital every day to see her and do whatever, and Kim said, well, just go in and pray. And so I went in there at the chapel and got on my knees, and I said, God, I don't know who you are or what you're all about, but we need help. I really felt that there was more to know, and there was quite a void there in knowing what Christianity or faith, my faith was all about. So just through prayer, I really felt that that's what the Lord wanted me to do, was to go into Bible college, and I got to see another side to life, and experience another side to life, with soup kitchens and going to schools and going to jails and hospitals, and speaking engagements at churches, different churches, and sharing my faith, and but I always felt there was a sort of, I hadn't really finished what I was actually doing, and so after that 2 years, then I went back into race riding and back into racing on a more on a grander scale to what it was.
Darren returned to the racing scene and went on to win his second Melbourne Cup in 1996. He was later inducted into the Australian Racing Hall of Fame, the first jockey ever to do this while still active within the industry.
My dream was just to ride in a race and be a jockey, but dream. The Melbourne Cup's the ultimate, it's the pinnacle of horse racing. And after you win the race, the party seems to go for like 12 months.
Yeah.
Because everyone, you walk down the street, everyone sort of, oh, Darren Beadman, or, you know, you won the Melbourne Cup. The opportunity came to go to Hong Kong, and as far as a jockey goes, I'd sort of accomplished a lot of things here in Australia, and I felt going to overseas, you only race twice a week, it's a lot easier on the body. I was getting a little bit older, and so I was on the verge of, you know, how much longer do I want to ride, and putting my body through so much punishment.
Darren made the decision to move to Hong Kong with his family in tow to pursue an international racing career. All was going well until an accident in a barrier trial on February 17, 2012.
I only remember it because I've actually seen it on video, but leading into it and when the accident happened, I was knocked unconscious, and so it was it was a very great period of my life.
Yeah.
For the next probably 9 months, and even, you know, up until now, there's a lot of stuff that my memory, I just can't recall things.
Once at the peak of his career, Darren endured intense rehab after suffering an acute brain injury, something that proved challenging.
I struggled actually. Struggled not only because one thing was my health was to get better, but then dealing with the whole post-trauma stress of not having a job, not being able to, I guess, do what you used to be able to do. Everything had stopped. So, you know, you go from being one of the leading jockeys, having a fast lifestyle, to being relying on other people. I was quite an independent person, and you'd think you'd be going fantastic, and you get 5 steps down the road, then you'd be back to 2 steps.
Quiet time left Darren questioning why this happened to him, and as a result, questioning God.
You know, there was a lot of prayer time and a lot of quiet time with God, you know, trying to sort of say, why did this happen, or what's going to happen in the future, and so it's just a matter of just, you know, working through it.
Today, Darren resides in Sydney's north with his family. Working as a trainer with Godolphin, Darren is continuing on with his long-standing career in the racing industry. However, of all of his achievements to date, his family are his greatest.
I've got a great wife, great children, and the family unit was very much a part of my life all the way through. So having a family unit, I think, is being a good dad and a good husband.